If we're making this a YouTube video and cutting it out, that was the intro. Now, a little recap. On this great channel called Secondary ENT, we reviewed every episode of The Last of Us Season 1, and, every time I was like, man, I just know this game too much, so all these lines piss me off when they don't say them correctly, same cadence and the same voice and the same exact style. Remember when Elite RE refused to do it with us because this came out after House of the Dragon, just like Season 2 is coming out after House of the Dragon Season 2. Now, I'm pretty sure we still don't have a date unless it's at the end of this trailer and I still haven't seen it. Now, so when I see Last of Us Season 2, the inherent emotion in me is like, Pah! Pah! That's the emotion in my core heart, chat. It was the same opening. No, it wasn't, Elite RE. Shut up. The YouTube audience doesn't know what you're talking about. Head on over to the Kyle Entertainment VODs channel, and that would be Kyle ENT space VODS, and you'll get the full context. Shitty secondary ENT audience. Now, we're shitting on the Last of Us TV show. It was terrible, it was lame, it was bad. Except there was none of those things. It was just slightly annoying, especially to me. Last of Us Part 2, of course, the greatest video game of all time, the greatest story ever told. It's perfect, should be remain untouched forever in time, and now we're just going to do it again. And then we've got to go through discourse about how the little things they changed actually improved it, and that's why in the show it was actually good that Abby killed him and shit like that. Don't be watching this if you haven't played the video game, because if you think I'm not spoiling this shit, you're in the wrong neighborhood, brother. So, everything about this is bad, I don't like it, until I see it, then I'll probably be like, oh, I can see how it's good, but, it just slightly annoys me. Also, I don't recall anything from this show. Let's see. Episode 3, Bill was extra gay this time, and he didn't even meet Joel, and that was good or something. And then there was a much better episode, which was Ellie and her girlfriend. Best episode, obviously. And then Ashley Johnson got to be Ellie's mother for that one episode. That was pretty cool. And the Tommy actor was the guy when they had the Sam and Henry scene. And the few episodes, the arc, the Sam and Henry arc, the Hamry arc, as we call him. Everything I actually remember about the show was good, if you can't tell from my ham-fisted attitude coming into this. But for whatever reason, it still irks me. Remember that noise I was making before? It's a pretty funny noise. That's what I feel in my heart. And what can you express if not the feelings in your heart? 2 million views. Honestly, none of the tweets or anything, because I saw a bunch of tweets tweeting this out or whatever, none of the tweets have, they're not getting ratioed or anything. Maybe there's, a glimmer of hope that she's not going to kill him in this trailer, but I would almost certainly expect not. Which I think just shows that people don't really care that Joel dies anymore. This is the worst thing ever! Fuck Neil Druckmann! In that sort of way. Obviously, we care deeply about Joel. Not show Joel, though. Nobody cares about these show characters. They suck. Now, another thing is that, obviously, The Last of Us Season 1 is, Neil Druckmann's follow-up to The Last of Us Part 2 in his writing career. I forget which episodes he actually has writing credits on and which one it's just the Chernobyl guy that nobody cares about. Chernobyl sucks, everybody hates that show. I haven't seen it, chat, calm down. But this idiot, I'm going to blame everything bad in the show on him. He's an idiot. He's certainly no Hallie Gross, let me tell you something. After watching all those behind-the-scenes things and the Grounded 2 documentary and, what do you call it, the commentary on the remaster and stuff like that. I've watched all these things relatively recently, mostly in build-up to the latest video I made on the main channel. Part of me thinks Hallie Gross is the reason Last of Us Part 2 is so good. That's funny. But that's a whole different conversation. But there's always little things that she would say in the commentary where I'm like Neil would say something and be like, no, Neil, that's not what's going on. And then Hallie would chime in with well, actually, I think it's this. And I'd be like, yes, Hallie, that's exactly what's going on in this scene. That's why this is so great. So, this show sucks because she isn't involved because of misogyny. And that's what I'm going with. Now, my point there was that as a follow-up, it sort of seems underwhelming. It could just be because the first game's, the content of it is fundamentally worse than The Last of Us Part 2, which is true. I don't know, there's just such a special feeling around how The Last of Us Part 2 is written, how everything happens. The, voice acting and how lines are delivered and stuff. that wasn't really carried over into the show, which I mean maybe would be better carried over into a season 2. There's just a bunch of little differences, whereas The Last of Us Part 2 is the greatest thing ever made, and that show wasn't, and it's like, well, what happened? What are we doing here? Why aren't we making The Last of Us Part 3, which will subsequently be the best thing of all time? That's the nonsense that's going on in my brain. Now, what I'm expecting this to happen is that this trailer will probably be good, and I'll probably like it, and we'll end the video positively, but I'll forget all that in like 2 hours while I continue my stream and do something else. And then when we get to the great Season 2 Episode 1 review in next year, whenever that happens, I'll have this same attitude where I'm making the sound effect at this show again. So let's see. Is the leader already saying anything of worth, chat? Of course he isn't. You don't like that people like it. That is definitely true. I do not like that anybody in the world can think that they've seen The Last of Us or know a goddamn thing about this through this shitty television show rather than the superior video games. That's why we hate the One Piece live action. And Elite, that's why we hate the Cowboy Bebop live action. Now, he's saying Zeke Piek meme. Is that me spitting? What's that going? He's spitting, chat. He's spitting. What does Zeke Piek mean? We don't know Attack on Titan anymore. Okay, everybody. Is everybody ready? Is everybody excited? I'm kind of excited. Now, I've seen the screenshot, and obviously there was a preview at the end of House of the Dragon Season 2, where we saw that Joel was talking to a woman that I don't think is Maria, though I do not remember at all what show Maria looks like. I also don't really remember how the first season ends. I assume they end with the okay. But I don't really remember. I remember vaguely a shot of Pedro Pascal shooting people in the hospital. But that's really all I remember from that like final episode. I think episode 7 was younger Ellie and her girlfriend, and that was the best one. So, did they even do the giraffe scene? I have no idea. I remember nothing. I really should rewatch it before the second season, and I probably will. It'll be interesting. Heath is here. Heath hates Naughty Dog. He blasphemes on Twitter about them, calling them a boring company or something. Because, you know, if you get a screenshot of their Wikipedia games, more of them are remasters and re-releases than real video games. He's one of those people, you know, annoying retards. He's 2 steps away from Miller the Killer. Now, are we going to play it, chat? I'm scared. Are we going to get any songs, chat? Oh, that was a good thing. You know, they used Truth Faith at the end of one of the first season thingies, and that's like from the video game and stuff. Oh, I saw a screenshot of what's Dina sitting for the Take On Me singing part, and that's like the greatest moment in the history of fiction. So when they bastardize it in a few minutes in this trailer, I'm going to be making that sound effect again. I'm not going to do it yet, chat. I know you want to hear it. So, if this isn't Maria, there is a character that was cut from The Last of Us canon that existed for a little while, which was Joel's girlfriend. That ended up getting replaced. Like, right after the first game came out, they did like a live stage thing where they did the first scene. Well, not the first scene from The Last of Us Part 2, but the Ellie and Joel in Ellie's room before the time skip scene. That like existed. You can see footage of this in like the Grounded documentary and everything else, and they've talked about it a lot before. I wonder if that's who this character is. That's what I thought she was when I saw her in the because Joel is confessing here, is what I thought she might have been in the preview they had at the end of the House of the Dragon Season 2 thing. Or it's Maria, I just don't remember, though Maria would probably be a bit younger. This lady looks a little old, so I don't know. Joel could do better.
You want to start or what?
There's a bunch of little TV show things in this show that piss me off too. Her doing a little, whatever that was, a timer thing. I don't know if this is therapy or something. Are we doing that? Joel really needs to go to therapy. Twitter memes. There was stuff like that in the show all the time. And it felt like Breaking Bad-y. And if you don't know me, chat, I hate Breaking Bad. Dropped that shit after, 4 episodes after it sucked. And it was just annoying, like American. It felt so American. It was just yucky, like middle American trash. God, this video is gonna do well. Shitting on Breaking Bad, shitting on The Last of Us TV show. What else can we shit on? I don't know, and I'm getting the vibe from that, you know. Minty understands, I'm sure. Anyway, pausing the trailer reaction. Alita, if you want to watch the go and do it on your own stream, which you probably will do later. No more pausing.
Oh, you want to start or what?
I bet this is some sort of joke scene where she's like, haha, I want to know everything about you. Confess all your sins. Now, the gain's up a little high, Alita. Why didn't you tell me? It's on the first dot. Well, we know it needs to be. But last time Alita told me, you sound like a pussy. Your voice is slow. So we'll turn that back up, huh? Fuck you. We've got Ellie. Is the Dina on a horse? She's kind of got her jacket on. Jackson's looking a little okay, I guess. Kind of looks just like the game, huh? It looks like the trailer from the, we're pausing, kill yourself. There's the shot in one of the final trailers. I know, because I had to watch the trailer 7 times for my most recent video. It almost looks like that shot, but not really. It's also got this divider building thing. It divides the street. You could call it a divider building. Stop laughing. God, they all have terrible fucking last names. Miller? Yuck. What is Ellie's again? I forget, but it's bad. Anderson is like the best, and it's even alliteratory, and that's terrible. Abby Anderson? What is Dina? Dina probably has a cool Jewish one, huh? What is Jesse's? I have no idea. Now, what was Ellie's again? It was like, why do I think Harding or something? But that's definitely not it. I don't know. Back to the fucking trailer. Oh my god, it's the hilt of the guitar with the moth symbol on it. I'm loving it. Ellie's a moth. Abby's a firefly, baby.
Let's try.
Oh, the only bad song in this fucking game is the stupid Pearl Jam song that I still don't like, and it's the one they're using for the trailer. If I ever were to lose. Did you hear the stupid echo of it? Do I need to put 2 headphones in? They're already singing it. Surely lose myself, and then we had a Nirvana poster in the background.
Let's try something different. You can't heal something unless you're brave enough to say it out loud.
Oh, I didn't mean to pause it on this, but I don't like it. Just this shot. Why is there like a window here? It looks like the first game. The second game is game. It's much better. Distance yourself from it. Now, this is obviously Ellie and Dina at the beginning. It's funny that they're on the thing. It's also funny that they probably made Pedro Pascal also sing, which is funny.
Heal something unless you're brave enough to say it out.
Actors can't sing.
Out.
I guess. Dina's too pretty. What is this? Get lost. She also looks a lot younger, and so Ellie. Fuck, what was I about to say? Also, we got the Last of Us strings in the background too, I think. It was something to do here. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, it could be an interesting scene for a setup, because another thing that the show does is it does do like interesting, like expanded material of like what would Joel, like if Joel had to confess, like this could be something recontextualizing that they show at like the end of the season where it's like, and Joel admits that like he probably shouldn't have saved Ellie or something, which is not something we never get from the game, right? We get not too much Joel at the beginning, and then we get the Ellie flashbacks and stuff. And obviously the greatest piece of singular writing in fiction history at the end with the porch scene. But you can expound on stuff. But then expounding on stuff has like 2 bad things where generally I think I don't like it because it's just like, I don't know, I don't like second cracks at writing things, like change things up. And then there's also the like, well, now we're kind of pretending they're the same characters when there's so many little details that make the characters who they are, and then we're pretending they're the same, like Pedro Pascal is the game model and Troy. I don't like it at all, chat. I don't like it. Change things up or get lost. Are we getting no take on me?
Say the thing you're afraid to say. Say it out and you're afraid to say. say.
Hold on, Hunksicle Jesse just showed up. But, we're teasing the porch scene here, which is something Minty did tell me. This is very interesting because... No, I just had the worst case scenario just flash before my eyes of what they're going to do. Now, there's not much Abby here. Now, obviously, we're going to do that because you don't really want the TV show people to, like, you want to keep them out of the twist if they somehow don't know about it, which a lot of them won't because they're not in commentary YouTube in 2020. They could change the placement of the porch scene because in that commentary on the remaster, if you don't understand what this means, if you go on the remaster and you can play a special version of the game where Hallie Gross and Neil Druckmann and sometimes Ashley Johnson and sometimes Laura Bailey and sometimes Troy Baker, they do a little director's commentary over the game. And Neil Druckmann has said in multiple places, I think, not even just there, that they were like mucking around with where to put this scene in the game. And it ends up appearing at the very end. And it's like it's the thing that makes the game to me. These authors chat, they have second thoughts, and maybe he thinks, no, it should have been earlier, and that's what we're doing here. Because I think, and Minty also told me this, because he tried to talk to me about this, and I was like, shut up, bitch, I haven't seen this dumb trailer yet. Which is something I remember hearing, is that we're doing season 2 is going to be 7 episodes, which would seem to be maybe 2-episode introduction and then 5 episodes of Ellie in Seattle, and then you could end on the Ellie and Abby fight, I guess, because you don't have to have the player play as Abby in that because you won't play as anybody, so you can have that there, and then do the first 5 episodes of next season would be Abby's perspective on the first 3 days, and then 2-episode finish, and that would mirror each other. I just figured it out. I'm a genius. Maybe they're just going to tease this scene, and I don't know. Because we're talking about confessing and telling people things, which is kind of the whole, the thing that undermines the game, the characters in this story, is that they wait too long to say things, and they're not the best at communication. But the solution to that is not having them communicate, because then the story would be shit. Where did I start this fucking rant? I don't remember. Anyway, I guess I could press play and give up on whatever I was trying. Anyway, no take on me in this trailer, just shitty Pearl Jam, okay, yippee.
Say the thing you're afraid to say. Say it out.
Hunksicle Jesse here, and maybe this is Tommy in the foreground? Abby's gonna fucking kill him, brother.
Wow, no matter what it is, no matter how bad.
Ellie washing the knife. This is Tommy, I remember that. That could be them finding Joel.
What did you
Lame, we don't like zombies. She is very old. I don't think she's Joel's girlfriend.
What did you do?
She's got a brain shot.
What did you do?
Now, I had already seen this, a screenshot of this too, I think. Oh, are we doing Eugene stuff? Is that what that is? He kind of looks like him. And I was thinking that the last time I was watching somebody play through the game, I was like, oh, the Eugene backstory could easily be a... Oh, is that what because Neil Druckmann is always teasing, oh, we wrote this story about Tommy that, no, but I think they say that takes part after The Last of Us Part 3. Part 2. But they could totally be Tommy and Eugene hanging out, brother, and we're leaving the Fireflies. Boring. Tommy after things when he's fucked up his life and doesn't have a leg anymore and, doesn't have a wife. That's interesting. And he's a shitty guy and we just want him dead. But I don't know. Because that was a swarm. Well, I guess they could just be seeing this swarm, I guess. But obviously this is a famous shot. Abby's crawling and Joel's gonna save her. And she's gonna repay it by fucking killing him. There you go. Oh my god, we've got a real life Sarah fight. that's the flashback scene. That's not particularly from anything. Oh, and Minty also told me about this. They have a Jeffrey Wright scene in here. They could... oh, that's another thing they could very easily do is like a whole Isaac episode. Where it's like Isaac coming into power or whatever. Because that's like a whole like storyline you can learn through notes. Because obviously he shouldn't show up until Abby's half of the story. I mean, it is possible we do... hold on. Everybody stop. We've got a new structure. Episode 1. Winter nonsense. Joel's dead. 2, 3, and 4. Ellie day 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, and 7. You know how it works. And then the next 3 is Abby 1, 2, and 3. And then that's 7 episodes. Which would mean Isaac would be here. Also doesn't explain why the porch scene would be here. Because that would be after that. Is anybody confirmed this 7 episodes nonsense, or is it just Minty talking shit? Isaac looks great too. That's because it's the same actor, but it's Jeffrey Wright, but they didn't really scan Jeffrey Wright's face in for Isaac, so Jeffrey Wright looks a little more soy than the great Isaac in the video game. So, but they're trying, and we're fans when we get to use the great video game actors. Jeffrey Wright, a famous video game actor. Who's in that video game Hunger Games Catching Fire, the best one. You might know it, kids, as Fortnite. I hope Druckmann follows his true passions and makes Season 3 a TV show instead of a game. Kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself. Oh wow, good Abby casting. Shut up, Elite Ariel. Beat your ass. People running into zombies running into a wooden door where it's not snowing. What the fuck is this? Oh, it is snowing. It's the gate, and Owen's going to throw a Molotov cocktail. Oh, I knew it. Oh, that's right. Maria was a black girl. I remember now. She's not an old white lady. Hold on. We're speeding up some shots. This is when Ellie's got Nora, and they're coming in. This looks like it's... now, that could be from that scene, but then we've also got the red scene. Do you remember this? This looks really cool in the game. But also, I like the Tommy confession scene. I don't want it to be to some therapist lady. Shitty song. Nobody likes this song. 2025. Don't even have a date. Well, that was a pretty thorough watch through. I don't even have to go back and look at everything here. We hate TV shows. I don't know. The trailer looks fine, I guess. It seems like it's just going to be more of the same, which makes you sheeple out there very happy. But not me. I'll never be happy until I die. And with that, that might be our outro, unless I can think of something else genius to say. Elita, you got something genius to say? God, so many good songs. Ellie's song. Through the Valley, all great songs we could have used for the first trailer. If we used Through the Valley, it could have mirrored... why didn't we just reshoot the original reveal trailer? It's so epic. Instead, we got this nonsense clipped... oh my god, hold on. Automod held for misogyny. One of Heath's comments here. It's funny that Ellie still looks like a little girl. True, people were making fun of this on Twitter, but really, I don't care about that at all. So, but it's funny that it was held for misogyny for saying looks like a little girl. Say something positive about the trailer. No. How about that? It is funny that Ellie... oh. Well, then it just went through. Did Heath just try to send it again? Probably. I'm out of things to say. I don't like the porch scene there being early. It seems like maybe an Isaac... maybe every time Ellie finds a note, we get like a 5-minute scene where we go into the Isaac perspective and he is cornering this guy. And obviously you do see Seraphites in the Ellie part, because when she comes out of the fucking sewers and she comes in and it's like a jungle all of a sudden, and then there's fucking Seraphites with her. It's epic. We love video games. Do we not see any characters? We saw Jesse, we saw Dina. We didn't see the great Seth and his bigot sandwiches. They better not cut that line, because some people made fun of it. We didn't really see Owen unless we did briefly. Same with Mel, unless we did briefly. Where's the great Manny? Neil Druckmann should just play Manny. It would be epic. It would be hilarious. He's a little old, though. Yeah, how about that's enough? If you like this video, like and subscribe. I'm sure we'll have a great like to dislike ratio on this one. It'll be back to the olden times, when things were good and times were bad. Actually, times were good and things were bad. Or were they both just good because it's the past, and that's how we think about things. Like how I think about these games compared to this show. What's old is good and what's new is bad. And chat, you're new. So fuck you. I'm flipping you off right now. You can't see. That's it. Support links in the description below. See you in 2025. Thanks.